Daniel, how has this pre-season compared to your other pre-seasons as a head coach?
It always differs a little bit because sometimes the guys getting used to your ideas and to your working style and to your philosophy pretty soon, like they did here in Norwich. Sometimes it lasts a little bit longer, so I'm very content with the pre-season because the guys were really open-minded and worked really hard and tried to get very quickly get used to the ideas and to the philosophies. And yeah, to be honest, it's not only perfect when you have such a good preseason, because sometimes when there's a loss or a better or a worse performance, sometimes it means that all the guys are awake for the first team, so for the first game. So sometimes it's good to have a setback during the preseason. We didn't have, to be honest, but I think the guys are experienced enough to handle it, and I think I really enjoyed the preseason. To be honest, it was for sure, as a not being a native speaker, a hard time too. So a lot of work, and because all the guys had to get used to the new ideas when you're together with a group of staff and a group of players for a longer term, then just the new lads have to get used to it. So for that, it was a hard-working time, but I really enjoyed it. And yeah, thank God the preseason's over and now the real stuff starts. So.
We know your philosophy and how you want to play, and you want to bring this identity to so everybody can see that's a Norwich team under Daniel Farke. But in terms of going away from home as opposed to playing at Carrow Road, will you set things up differently? Will you ask different things of your players? You know, if you go away from home, you've said there Fulham are probably going to be the favourites this weekend. So do you go with a slightly different approach?
No, it's always 11 against 11. There's always 2 goals on each side, and you try to score some goals and don't concede goals. So and the pitch is nearly the same. So for sure, away it's a little bit the mentally stuff, because there are many supporters for the home team, and but hopefully there will be a lot of supporters for us. So for sure, we know we have to face an opponent who plays at home. We have to face an opponent, who was really strong in the last year and has high expectations in this season. We know that's probably one of the most difficult games in the whole league, but we try to bring our idea and our strengths on the pitch. And although there are some injuries, we don't mention it too much. So we just concentrate on our game and want to bring our idea on the pitch. For sure, it depends a little bit on the opponent and how to bring it on the pitch and what's possible in this game. But I think we try to bring our idea and our philosophy also in Fulham on the pitch, and we'll see what happens.
And just one more, those last 15 minutes before the team goes out, what will you be doing? Will you be riling them? Will you be rounding them up? Will you be cool, calm, collected?
I think it's important to be not so predictable. So it differs a little bit. Normally, I don't like to be there with, I don't know, I had trainers or coaches who were there with a knife and cut something and said, you have to be sharp like this knife or whatever. So to be honest, sometimes this stuff is not so it's not so bad. So I like it to be emotional and to be there with passions, but I think you don't have to be too ridiculous. So I think normally you concentrate on the on the main content, the main topic, and try to remind the players on that. But for sure, so you have to reach their hearts too. So not only their heads, so to reach their hearts too. And sometimes you do it in a little bit emotional way, but sometimes you calm it a little bit down. So I think the first game, they will be nervous. They will be highly motivated. So probably you have to calm it down a little bit so that they're not too nervous in the first game. But it's a little bit a spontaneous reaction, and you have to feel a little bit what they need, and hopefully, you find the right solution.
Brilliant. Save the knife for a few weeks' time, maybe.
Perhaps. Thanks.
You touched on the supporters there. Would your message be to them at the start of the season? Everything is new. It's all coming together. It might take a little bit of time. It's probably, particularly with a lot of the injuries now you've outlined as well. It's probably unrealistic to think it's all going to come together and you're suddenly going to start winning games week in, week out.
To be honest, it's unrealistic, really, because we had a really big change and we lost a lot of really good and experienced players. And yeah, sadly there is this situation with a lot of injuries, so it's unrealistic, but we don't play football just to reach realistic goals. So sometimes you want to do some unrealistic and to be something to do something extraordinary and special, because it's football, it's a game, and you always try to reach some extraordinary goals and targets, and that's what we're trying to do. So I think we need a great togetherness, and we need to help each other, and for sure we'll be there with a pretty young team, and there will be mistakes, and we need this support. We need this support within our group, within our team, and I think there's a really good attitude, because there will be some setbacks and there will be some problems. Also, there will be some problems in 90 minutes in Fulham, but I think we need this atmosphere and the support and this togetherness, especially in difficult times, in the whole club, and for sure in the relationship to our fans. I think when we create this togetherness and we stand together, whatever happens, so I think we have some chances to do some really unrealistic things, and that's what we're trying to do.